Miss Universe India has officially begun with their contestants marking their day one at the beautiful resort of Lohagarh. And I want to take you through some of my favorite arrival looks. Let's get going. For the ones who know me and for the ones who don't, I am Lake Uthaya. I'm your Femina Miss India Punjab 22 who has then turned into a content creator, a model, and a pageant coach. And as every other video, this video, of course, has a structure. So here are the chapters. I will take you through a personal journey of what styling has meant to me, and then go ahead to take my favorite topics. Also, have some outfit clashes where you guys can tell me whose outfit did you like best, and then I go on to certain mistakes that probably can be avoided and how you can make sure that you stand out on your first day of your pageant. You have seen my arrival outfit for my Miss India pageant. If you haven't, there is an episode 1. You should go check it out. And to be honest, styling was not something that was my strongest forte. I've always been observing and learning. And I think I learned about my personal style much after the pageant when I started modeling. And there was this amazing campaign for which we had stylists who had actually worked with Deepika Padukone and Priyanka Chopra. And they were styling me. And that's when I really observed the shoes, the jewelry, the belt, the bags, the earrings. I was stunned. I was like, this is a basic outfit and they're making it amazing through accessories. And that's when I started to realize that how important styling is, and I started to experiment with my own styling. And then when I became a pageant coach, of course, I would handle indirect photo shoots for which styling was something I was primarily and majorly focusing on. So although they were pageant photo shoots, I had to make sure that their earrings were great, that their rings were matching, that their heels were perfect, that their hair and makeup was going with everything else they were wearing. And that's where I really started to hone the idea of styling. I have also made videos on pageant outfits on a budget as well as the heels that you can buy. So make sure you check that out. Arrival outfits in layman terms means the first outfit that a contestant is seen in when she officially enters the physical on-ground pageant. It is something that should be thought of because it sets the tone for a contestant's personal style, for how she will be embarking on the journey. And it's always good to have a good first day. Now, in no particular order, let's start off with my favorite picks. The first one we have is Kopal Madloi. She is Miss Universe India Madhya Pradesh. And I love red as a color in general because it signifies fierceness, it signifies power. And I really like the little trail that she has. She's made use of the property really well to showcase it. And you'll see that for jewelry, she's wearing a green studded choker as well as earrings. Her heels are nude in color and her hair has soft waves. Now, I think this is a great outfit because unlike bodycon dresses, this actually gives more of a pageant feel. You're able to play with the material a lot more, and I think jewelry is super important and she's covered that all really well. The next favorite pick is Angel Bhatal. This woman knows what she's doing. I absolutely love how unique her blazer dress is. It's a mix of a corset white dress along with a blazer which has prints in it. And for her jewelry, she's made sure to tone it down with Indian. So there's a beautiful fusion going on with jhumkas and necklace. She's wearing transparent heels, which I think is a great pick because there's a lot going on in the dress. And for the hairstyle, she's chosen loose curls. And I'm pretty sure she's wearing extensions, but that's amazing because that's what adds on and makes you complete. The next is Shivali Patel. Oh my god, I love that royal blue color. I think it's complementing her skin tone so well. Eye makeup, I love that eyeliner. It's sharp as hell. That accordion dress is beautiful. It's 3/4. It's showing her shoulders. Her hair seems to be blow dried and she happens to be wearing nude stilettos. For her jewelry, she's worn everything gold. You'll see statement gold earrings and you'll also see a little ring as well as a bracelet because she's mostly letting the outfit do the talking. But for her face, she's accentuated her jaw, which is pretty sharp. Maybe like a hoop might not have gone really well with this, but the earring shape is amazing as well. Next is Kanak Agnihotri. This is a designer outfit, of course, and I love this cohort. She's worn a gold top, and over that she's worn a skirt as well as a blazer, which is similar in color, which has green with gold undertones. And I love the embellishment and the details of the sleeves of that blazer. That's amazing. She looks like a fairy, and she's made sure that she's worn statement gold earrings as well as a watch, along with heels that are actually pumps. They're nude in color and also have a gold accentuated at the end. I think it's one of the most put together outfits, and I love it. Now, here's an example of why you don't always have to wear designer clothes. Look at Chandana Jairam. This dress is from Trendinol. It has cape sleeves, basically. That's what they're called, which looks really unique. I love the color red, like I said, and it's suiting her complexion. She has used a stylist who has helped her with the bracelets that she's wearing and the earring that she's wearing. I like that it's gold in color because that suits her complexion. One thing that I think she could have done better was probably tie her hair up, because it's a very close-necked dress. So she really looks a little bent over because of it. So I think tying her hair up is something that she should try and experiment with, because as much as I'm noticing her, she doesn't experiment with her hairstyle. It's always been a middle part and straight hair. So Chandana, if you're watching this could be something that you could use. My next topic is Archana Bhavsar. I love the Versace looking dress this is. I don't even know if it is Versace because it looks like a design that's very similar to what that brand sells. I love that it's full sleeved and the length is not too short, not too long. It's just perfect. And she's made sure to flaunt her back to show that it has a beautiful cutout. Hair is short. She's kept it straight. And I love the entire look. The next one is Danube Kangjam. Now, I have chosen Miss Manipur as one of my top picks, despite a lot of girls actually wearing white, because this dress has something unique. You'll see that there are embellishments on the neckline, and she's wearing earrings that match it. Along with that, her hairstyle is also unique. She's put it all on one side. And the red lip is the cherry on the top. It's really, really working with everything that she's wearing. The only thing I think you could do better would wear like silver heels. That would have completed the entire outfit. She's wearing nude right here. But nevertheless, I think she looks beautiful. Now I will be entering the outfit clash zone. So you guys need to be ready to pause and tell me whose outfit do you like best, because there are a few similarities between the rest of the contestants that I'm going to be talking about. The first one is Rukvizano Vizo. I love her outfit. I love that it is a cord set and she has worn a top which is like a 3D ruffle rose material. Along with that, she's made sure that it's a corset, so it's fitting her perfectly. And she's made sure, because the top is tight and short, she's kept long black plazos, and the plazo also has an embroidery and one on the foot. I love the whole thing. She's also done silver jewelry. She's kept it dainty and light. Northeasterns in general have such amazing sense of style, and she is living up to those expectations. The next one is Shane Soni. Oh my god, she has killed it with this look. She looks like someone who's going to one of those horse races in the 90s. I absolutely love the old money feels that it is giving. She has really made sure that she stood out in terms of the hat, in terms of the gloves. The black and white combination is really working for her. Her top seems to be again a corset top, along with a little bit of rose on one side of the sleeve, and has also opted for long high-waisted Zara plazos. She also seems to be carrying a black bag along with that. I can't notice much of her ears, but I'm believing that she's wearing pearl earrings. Now it's your time to stop this video. Comment below, out of these two looks, which looks did you like the best? Next up, we have Anubha Vashisht. I love this dress. I love the significance behind this dress. Let me break this down for you. She is wearing a deep neck, long maxi dress, almost of sorts. She's made sure she's tied her hair up so that there is no distraction and her dress is actually given the most importance. For her jewelry, she has gone heavy on jewelry and she's put like big beautiful jhumkas which have colored stones in them matching the dress. The dress has a very Indian pattern to it. She's trying to promote the Jaipur culture. She has her bracelets which are again of different kinds of sizes but also have similar color. That's why they go so well. There's also a little bindi on her forehead. It's so well put together. It looks comfortable and she's pulled it off really well. Here comes the outfit clash. The next contestant who I thought dressed super well was Prakshi Goyal. For the people who don't know, Prakshi was actually in my batch of Miss India 22. She was Femina Miss India Delhi, and right now she's representing Haryana at Miss Universe. So I think her outfit again is similar to the one that I spoke about, but also different because it has a more Western asymmetric patterns around it. She's made sure to wear statement earrings and she's tied her hair up because her features are really strong and she's showcasing them with that high pony. She's wearing black heels to complete the look, and most of her jewelry is gold with a gold watch with green in the middle as well as a bracelet. So I think she's done really well with her styling. Your time to tell me which look do you like best and why. The next outfit is of Namita Marimuthu. I really like the rose patterned top that she's wearing along with her pants. I like that everything is silver, her earrings are silver. Jewelry is really accentuated near the face rather than going heavy on your hands. She's put a top knot bun, which is great because it is showcasing her dress really well. For her heels, she's wearing a pump which has black spots in it. Although it's interesting, I do feel like clear heels or white pumps would have gone really well with this outfit. But I really like her bag. She's got a silver heart-shaped bag to go with it and everything just looks very pretty. Now here's the outfit clash. We have Thupten Lamu, who has worn a yellow 3D rose flower top. Along with that, she's worn her plazos and she's also put her hair up in a bun, making sure that the dress is taking most of the attention. I like the dainty jewelry that she's worn, and yellow seems to be really suiting her color. I like the fact that she's chosen clear heels because I think that goes really well with the outfit. This is your time to tell me which out of these two outfits did you like the best and why. That marks the end of my top picks. Now coming to the chapter mistakes. I just want to let you know that pantsuits as well as bodycon really short dresses just don't scream style anymore. They seem to be really gone in the 2019s, to be honest. I think we still pushed it till 2022. But you can clearly see that these outfits really stood out because of the amount of effort that was put into them. Choosing your basic bodycons and pantsuits and blazer dresses just makes you blend with the rest rather than standing out. So I would want you to actually use the examples that I gave to think of how creative you can be with your arrival outfit, because bodycons are most probably going to be needed for a lot of sponsor shoots, etc. But you can really play with your arrival outfit. A lot of these people have collaborated with designers as well as stylists. Now, I'll tell you why this is important. By designers, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go to a Malish Malhotra. It means that you need to understand certain boutiques that customize dresses. Go online, make a list of the certain designers you think would actually benefit out of you going into the pageant and promoting their brand, like a lot of these girls are doing in their captions. And also make sure you make a list of stylists. They are really important, not just in terms of sourcing certain outfits, but also helping you accessorize and telling you what goes well with what. Stylists are actually a God's gift, and you absolutely should invest in one or befriend one. With that, we come to the end of this video. I've had so much fun scripting this video because I absolutely love trying to pick through the styles and what everybody has done to be able to get their style out. A lot of these styles you saw were very different from each other. Let me know if I missed out on anybody. I will definitely go and check them out. Given that there are 51 contestants, there is a high chance I probably did miss out on someone. Let me know if you want to make more videos on different things that happen in the pageant at Miss Universe, if that is something that interests you. And I will see you very soon. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.